A-Reece Disco. I am glad ukuthi I only started listening to Andile Wagwandengezi this year with today's tragedy, tomorrow's memory. Seeing as it seems like he's at a crossroad.
The sound of my new album is dark, eerie, cynical. That's where it is, but with a little touch of, hope.
Project 1, Paradise. This intro to Umchita is filled with love songs. As we all know, love presents itself in different forms, especially in music. It can be for self, others, which is sexual or platonic, communal, and black, capital letters. For black personage in general, love for the black person just in general. With Reece displaying love for others, mainly opposite sex, onto Mayela Mthuwethu, with 7 out of the 18 tracks being Uthando Thizeni. This is a great introduction to his music, and it wasn't until later on that his supposed artistry,
like you needed more to understand the transition from rapper into an artist,
on You Welcome, became apparent. This project is a 4 out of 5. Like mina nginothando kodwa ayolungaka. I know it's about the music, but it's my review. Oh yeah, I wholeheartedly dislike / and or hate every mention of ambitious record on his project. Project 2, From Me to You and Only You. This will be long. Nkosi yami, can someone spell infidelity in the comment section? I want to know if nami ngiyibhale kahle, like if I actually spelled it right. Not favorite, infidelity. Alright, Usporo Gazinovas on SoundCloud, if I'm not mistaken. He usually says he can write songs. I forget in reference to whomst. It's between Freddie Gibbs and A-Reece, so it's one of the two. But never really understood the specifics of such. And then I heard this thing in its entirety and with multiple replays. I usually use penmanship to describe most raps per se. But this guy, I would use artistry. He writes his raps from chorus to verse. I mean, the chorus melts into the verse by doing this singy-songy bridge thing. And if you aren't paying attention, you don't notice the switch. Goba, he repeats some parts, then moves to the chorusy verse. Almost everything works. Gule project. Rating yayo, 5 out of 5. This is a 5 out of 5 and almost everything works. Inkinga nje that I noticed is he's friends with the producers and that tends to give them a bit too much time to shine. Kodwa I'm chucking that down, or is it chucking it up to being part of the listening experience? Noma ngingayizwa kahle. That's just me. And Project 3, and I'm only 21, which is an EP. It has 5 songs. And if you've never listened to Andile Wagwandengezi, listen to the short thing. And if you like it, welcome to being a fan. If on the other hand, you've already listened to it, please tell me what you think about it. Can you actually analyze noma unglalela kuphela, you're not dropping a like or a subscribe? If you've actually listened to this EP, yona into unginikeza yona leyo, yona review yakho leyo in the comment section. Project 4, 3 guys rap about amantombazane, aka long lost letters, 3 L's. Aibo, L3 I mean. I actually went into this skeptical. I mean, they didn't even name this merry band of quasi-trappers. Something, to matrikappers. I don't know, I'm a sauce boys. I have no idea, but just find a name for Nina. And I was disappointed, which was good. These mofos can write raps. Khona abantu abangakwazi ukubhala ama-rap abasebenza ngama-gimmick of beats, but these guys can write. I noticed that this is sort of like Mick Jenkins' gimmick of trap beats, just slightly different in topic range with ama vocals are Ronald. Always, and I mean always, clearly audible throughout the disco. Ronald and the words no echo. It's just a bit crazy seeing features on this thing. Vele ni batatu. So why more? Wait, so why more? There's like literally nothing more I can say about this thing besides it's a 4 out of 5. My love song about wins are good, but it's love songs. Project 5. Angazi noma this is actually in chronological order. Noma indlela mina ngiyibone ngibuka iminyaka, and then I decided to like, okay, this is how I'm gonna actually listen to this and review it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Project 5, it's A-Reece effect. Kumele ngiqale ngokuthi marshmallow hardly soft, bring it to the campfire. Okay, I just said that. This is a match made in music heaven. Mjika's artistry is sounding fully formed, with the melts also being complemented by Umesh beats. The Makulo ways, the solo are a bit better besides the last one. Any last resorts? Yeah, Lashandis for me, even the beat doesn't work, and the fact that it sounds like it's kind of incomplete. And I think every single song that is on by himself is a love song. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't hate it, but I'm not a big fan of Leo Shandis. It's every single solo song that is on is nice, besides every other one that has words. I'm just a fan of words, and I've never actually listened to him outside of Ama feature. Oh yeah, Ronald seems to plug song names out of thin air. They make sense like conceptually in context, but I understand the preamble, the intro. So conceptually, take care of your hearts. Does it actually say that? That's what I mean. A-Reece Effects is a 4 out of 5. Project 6, today's tragedy, or today's tragedy, no idea pronunciation. Tomorrow's memory, the mixtape. Came across some boys in Bafana on Insta arguing, some dudes, some guys, some men. I have no idea what they would call themselves. So boys in Bafana, yeah, arguing about this project in particular, with one claiming it is an instant classic and the other stating no hits on this, hence therefore not even close to being a classic. I rubbished that later take, kodwa listening to this entire discography, it makes sense why you'd also try quantifying it with hits, seeing that almost every other project you hear 1 or 4 songs everywhere, but this is very different. Look at the cover, it's I think only the second one without his face. Cuts away, I don't count. Sonically, it sounds somewhat dark, with the lyrics not straying too far from Self and the Black Guy, somewhat.
The new album is all about self-introspection. The new album is based on A-Reece, the naked truth about what I went through.
No Man's Land saw me as a rapper worth listening to. By that I mean, since this is the first project that I actually listened to, that was the song that I was like, okay, let me try listening to this guy. This thing is a 5 out of 5. Okay, it's a 4.5 out of 5 because of Ngoba. He usually goes on for a bit way too long on the choruses, and most of them are kind of like a chorus or an interlude. So the entire thoughts on this discography, here I go. My thoughts, my feelings, okay, probably thoughts, okay, also feelings, because I just read the first sentence and here it goes. This feels like the perfect jumping on point where it sounds like he's experienced most of what the other projects longed for.
The sound of my new album is dark, eerie, cynical. That's what it is, but with a little touch of
came out as
hope.
Priority. Yazi, listening to this discography, I was reminded of yonke into esiyenzayo siyenzela amantombazane bafowethu. Usho show Sika 2019, as it usually sounds like, is actually not far from being Drake.
Back in 2013, far from being Drake, but look how far this nigga came.
In the contents he prefers to sing, and rap about amantombazane. Though the context is different, Drake almost always we are complaining in Indaba Yamathandana. So there's like a friend said A-Reece goes on tangents, but that's a bit better than what Drake does. The more albums you listen to, the easier it is to recognize that this guy is still growing and nothing but himself can move him from the path that is on, from whatever path he decides to take us on. I'm just here for the scenery, and in the condensed time in which I've consumed these other projects, I've enjoyed them. And all I can say is
music.
I like it. Another.
more of the same. I just paused there for no reason.